What's going on, everybody? My name is Joe and I like to draw cartoons. And welcome to part 2 of the 100 cartoon style challenge. If you've seen part 1, you know that I'm doing a 100 cartoon style challenge where I'm trying to draw myself in 100 different cartoon styles this year. And it is part 2, so we're going to be talking about parts 16 through 30. Part 1 was the first 15 parts, parts 1 through 15. Now we're going to do 16 through 30, the next 15 styles. If you need a quick refresher from part 1, here are all the styles that I talked about so far. Family Guy, Loud House, The Simpsons, Codename Kid Next Door, Bluey, Rick and Morty, South Park, Peanuts, Gravity Falls, Fairly Odd Parents, A Goofy Movie, Studio Ghibli, Invincible, Adventure Time, and Phineas and Ferb. So with this video, we're going to be talking about parts 16 through 30, going through each drawing and what about each drawing makes it that style. As I go through this, you're going to see that there's going to be kind of things that are a little bit repetitive, but at least in my brain, there are some little things that each drawing has that makes it unique and makes it that style. So as we go through, I'm going to do my best to explain, and then overall still just talk about the challenge and the challenges that I may have come across throughout this and the things that I use as references to make these drawings. We got 15 more to talk about, so I figure we might as well just dive right in. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and follow me on Letterboxd as well. And for part 16, the style that I did is the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon made by Genndy Tartakovsky. If I said that correctly, he's the same guy who made like Samurai Jack and some other iconic cartoons. With this one, I took a lot of inspiration from the way that Anakin's whole design looks. I'm not saying that I look like Hayden Christensen or anything, but with the way that his hair looked and the way that his face looked, I figured it was the best kind of base to go off of that with the eyes and stuff like that. And I also gave myself kind of like a Jedi robe, still following with the color scheme of my shirt, kind of the way like my Invincible variant drawing looked as well. So with that one, I went with that, and I want to add like a little blue like hint to the lenses of my glasses, almost like they're futuristic or like the futuristic like Star Wars binoculars or something like that, to make it a little more Star Warsy. So there's part 16, the 2003 Clone Wars style. And for part 17, I did the Powerpuff Girls. Every single time I do a style like this where I make the drawing look like a Powerpuff Girl, y'all get mad at me. But I don't care because I love this template so much. This template for character design is just so much fun to be able to just try to translate all these different people that I've done over the years, which is probably almost at 100 because I've done so many of them. Just making with the round head, the big eyes, and geometric shapes. I just love the way they all turned out, and it's no different with how this one turned out for me with my glasses as well and with my hair. So there's part 17 for Powerpuff Girls. No matter how much y'all complain, I'm never going to stop doing it like this. And now on to part 18 is Bob's Burgers. I'm honestly surprised it took me this long to get to this style, but this style is so much fun. More often than not, it's going to be just like them staring straight on you, kind of similar to South Park, but it's got smaller eyes, smaller alveolar eyes that are spaced out, just kind of a basic like half circle nose, and typically pretty wide mouths. That's basically how most characters looked in all the references that I looked at. And I feel like this kind of exemplifies the Bob's Burgers style pretty well. So there's myself in the Bob's Burgers style. And up next now at part 19, I have Big Mouth. This is a show that is celebrating its final season. It's kind of having a big send-off moment. I'm seeing it all over my For You page at the moment. I used to watch it a lot. I really fell off over the years. But I do love the whole character design for this. I find it very unique because of the way that they actually include character lips. That's one thing that I noticed about the style pretty much, is that it's kind of similar to The Simpsons, except you actually see the character's lips, because the line work will go from under the eye into the cheek area and then into the lips for the mouth. That's all connects right here. And you'll see that also with mine. And ironically, I used the character of Andrew, voiced by John Mulaney, as the inspiration for this because he's got glasses, so you see that very much in how mine turned out. My hair is a little bit different, but I still used how other characters' hair look in the show as inspiration for this. So there's myself in the Big Mouth style. And we are now at part 20, and part 20 is the Garfield style. A style that I love very much and I think is very, very iconic. Obviously, it's going to have the very big ovular overlapping eyes. And it's pretty basic from there on out. I use John as a big inspiration for this because he's basically the only human character template that there is for Garfield, especially like the classic Garfield. Even though he doesn't really have a nose in some of the classic cartoons, I still add a nose for myself. I still kind of base my upper body and shoulders on John's look as well. And then you also notice that my glasses are completely separate from my eyes. You'll see later on where my glasses are basically representations of my eyes. That's kind of the difference between certain cartoon styles, and that was the difference with Garfield. So there is myself in the Garfield style. And now we're into part 21, which is the SpongeBob style. Such an iconic cartoon style. And instead of just drawing myself as SpongeBob or as like handsome Squidward, which I love to do also, I basically made myself like a fish character, a basic fish character. There are a lot of different routes you could take with a fish character. With glasses, it was a little bit difficult because not really many of them wear glasses unless they're like very old. So I basically just went off the basic template, making my glasses basically my eyes, like I just mentioned. That's going to be certain things that are different between each style. And then I chose the orange color scheme just because it kind of matches my hair. Orange and brown kind of goes together pretty well. So I got like orange skin, the yellow lips, and then my hair is represented with the fins. So there's myself in the SpongeBob style. And the next style is Dog Man. It's definitely more based on the children's book version rather than like the movie version. For this one, you'll see my glasses a part of it, and then also the long rectangular pupils of the Dog Man characters. You'll see I don't have any ears because Dog Man humans don't have ears. And then the hair is kind of a similar style to like a Peanuts style, where it's just kind of a lot of jagged lines that are all colored in. And then obviously the arms are very interesting because they're just straight out like that, straight lines. And then they just have three fingers on them. They don't have four like other cartoon characters. They don't have five like actual people. They only have three. So that's one thing I noticed about the style as well. So there's myself in the Dog Man style. And then up next is the Smiling Friends style. Obviously, you'll see from the finished product already, it's not that different. It's just taking Pim, which I think is probably the most fun character design out of these characters, just because I love his eyes. I love the crazy circular eye, the crazy squiggle circle eyes. I just love that so much. So basically took Pim, put glasses on him, added my hair, changed the color shirt, and then that's what you get right there. I don't really know what else to do for Smiling Friends style other than just taking the crazy look of the characters and turning them into different characters. If you have other suggestions for that, let me know, but I have more fun doing that. So there's myself in the Smiling Friends style. And we are now at part 24, and for part 24, I have Lego. You could argue this is not really cartoon style, but there are Lego cartoons, so it's close enough. Plus, I just love drawing things as Lego minifigures. I love Lego minifigures. I collect Legos. I love Lego so much. This was a fun one to try to do. Turn myself into a Lego minifigure. So with Lego, obviously they're going to have like the circular square heads and the square like trapezoid shaped bodies with the arms on the side. And I also do my best to try to make it look kind of like the plastic with like the sheen on them, the shininess on them, trying to make it look like a plastic minifigure. So there's myself in the Lego style for part 24. We're now part 25, and this is certainly one of the most unique cartoon styles, and that is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I definitely just took more inspiration from the way that they look in the book. I love this character design. It is very, very unique, so I just took a lot of inspiration by just Googling Diary of a Wimpy Kid characters with glasses, Diary of a Wimpy Kid characters with like spiky hair, something that's similar to mine. And I basically took all those aspects that I found online and combined it into this drawing right here of myself in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid style. And the next style is the Total Drama Island style. This is a style that I get suggested a lot. I don't necessarily think I have mastered it quite yet, but I still actually really enjoy it. It's always a challenge because I just basically look at every single character and use that as reference for little things, whether it's like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the hair. The characters are very like geometric, if you know what I mean. Like if you look at my chin, it's very pointed. It's kind of square. That's something I noticed about characters. Their shoulders are always pretty square, but there's myself in the Total Drama Island style. And the next style I have up here is Regular Show. Now, I'm sure some of you could look at this and literally just say this is Gravity Falls. But Regular Show and Gravity Falls are very similar because they have the perfect circle eyes that are overlapping each other. That is the main thing about Gravity Falls and Regular Show that I personally recognize. But one thing I do recognize that's a little bit different is that the pupils are smaller. They're like very, very tiny for Regular Show. Their hair typically have more line work in it. So you'll notice that with mine for this one as well. And then when it comes to the mouth, the like little half circle representative of the cheek for the smile is a little bit different, and that's something that I know Regular Show characters, so I added that little half circle there to represent more of the Regular Show style for characters. So there's myself in the Regular Show style. And we are down to the final two of this update video. The next one is Beavis and Butthead, and you can already tell from this one that this one didn't take a lot of legwork on my part. Obviously, I was going to take inspiration from Beavis or Butthead in these drawings, so I took inspiration from how they look, changed the hair a little bit, added glasses over the eyes, and then changed the shirt, changed the hair color, and then you basically got this finished product right here. And the last style we'll talk about in this video, part 30, is Rugrats. The way that this one turned out is certainly one of my favorites. You can obviously look at that and say it's very heavily influenced on the look of Chucky. Obviously, he's got the glasses, he's got crazy spiky hair, so I used that as the inspiration for that. I didn't want to turn myself into like an adult character. I wanted to turn myself into like the baby template. That would be more fun for me, especially with the Rugrats style, and I personally really love how that turned out. So there you have it. There is me in 30 different cartoon styles. We are 30% of the way done with this series. Still a long way to go, but still a lot done so far. And so much work that I'm very proud of, and I love making these so much. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. Please keep the suggestions coming. Throw out any obscure cartoon you can think of, because I'm gonna need them, because this is gonna be a long journey, and I'm very excited for what other styles I get to do. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and follow me on Letterboxd as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and keep on drawing.